Christ across the country from 4 parts of the nation. You're testifying to the love for Jesus and the love for the Eucharist. Why else would you walk around with a red wafer? It's Jesus. It's not a red wafer. That's what we believe, and we must continue that. I know this is very emotional, but there's no coincidences in life. There's only providence. Sessions need to continue in this country. When I was a very young boy, as an altar boy at 5 years old, we did Eucharistic processions in a little small parish of 125 families, and it was there that I learned about Eucharistic processions. And as kids, we used to practice Eucharistic processions in the front lawn of my house. We'd dress up with sheets that we show as vestments, and we'd carry around what appeared to be a monstrance, but it was really a piece of cardboard that we had figured out. And I taught the kids in the neighborhood how to do Eucharistic processions. I didn't know what I was doing, but that's what I did. In 2011, when I started the Napa Institute, which has been wildly successful, we did a Eucharistic procession before every event since then around the campus of the Meritage Resort, which is growing, so it's getting to be a longer procession. Then I was struggling with the conference I was doing in Manhattan, and I was hearing in prayer during adoration, you're not doing what you do at Napa. I says, yeah, I am. I got masses, I got confession, I got spiritual direction. I'm doing everything. And then it came to me, we're not doing the procession. So in 2021, we started a Eucharistic procession at Holy Innocent, 37th and Broadway, and it was during the middle of COVID. There were 100 people there. It was a very small turnout, but it was very touching. Some incredible things happened during that procession. But I said, we can do better. So Father Roger said, well, why don't we go to a larger church and we'll process to St. Patrick's. So we went to this church called Sacred Heart, which is on the west side, 9th Avenue. And we started out with about 470 to 500 people. By the time we got to St. Patrick's, there were about 1,000 people that walked into St. Patrick's Cathedral. And I said, oh, it's better, but we're in Manhattan. We can do better, Jesus. We can do better. Last year, we started at St. Patrick's not knowing, hey, we maxed out Sacred Heart. We don't know how many people we're going to get. Maybe we'll get 500, maybe we'll get 1,000. We'll just do it at St. Patrick's so we're covered. And about 15 minutes before the Mass began, they shut down St. Patrick's because it was at full capacity. I go to St. Patrick's a lot. They don't shut down St. Patrick's. I mean, on St. Patrick's Day, you have tickets and all that, but they don't shut down St. Patrick's too often. And before we knew it, we were on the streets of Manhattan for 1 hour with the entire Midtown shut down from 5 o'clock till 6 o'clock with 5,000 people. What's more impressive is that 18 million people viewed that procession on social media. 18 million. 3 million on the infamous TikTok. Okay? 3 million people. And Father Roger Landry and Father Michael Duffy, who's also here, these guys are right here. There's Father Duffy and there's Father Landry. Father Chris Sullivan, Rosemary Sullivan's son, is right in front. And we have a lot of friends there. And this year's is October 15th. And we're going to try to get 10,000 people. I've shut down 51st Avenue so I can shut down St. Patrick's and still have thousands of people outside where we can deliver. The Mass will be on televisions, communion, and we can show America, this is the capital of the free world, what Jesus does. Because when he gets out in the street, this is better than handing out pamphlets to people on the corner. They're dumping them in garbage cans. This is about Jesus converting them, their hearts and their souls. And we have no idea what Jesus is telling them. I'm a cradle Catholic. I've always had Eucharistic processions, but in this movie, this little video that I'm going to show you, there's a lady with a Lego bag. She did not plan on going to a Eucharistic procession until she walked out of the Lego store, which happens to be right in our route, and looked at it and was like blown away. There's kids getting out of strollers and walking towards Jesus. These are little children. There's people dropping to their knees and making the sign of the cross. Obviously, they're Catholic. They know what it is. But it impacts everybody differently. And I know for the last 65 days, what you guys witnessed out there in America is that America is not dead. It is not a faithless society. This is a lie that the press has sold us. And you went out and found out how true it is that the faith is alive and well, especially the Catholic faith. Every other faith is dissipating because they're becoming woke. They're trying to be relevant to the culture. The culture isn't what's relevant, it's Jesus that's relevant. The culture needs conversion and renewal, not us, the church. We need to hold firm to the teaching that we have. That's what's going to convert. That's what's going to convert all the people that follow this movement. Watch in the next coming years the great grace that will come from what has happened in these last 3 years, and more importantly, the last 65 days. This will not be unnoticed. This is not happening anyplace else in the world. It's happening here in the United States of America. Praise God that we still have the religious liberty, the rights to go out and do what you all just did, to shut down Midtown. And my favorite quote, some of you have heard it, is a guy's on northbound 6th Avenue, and there's a motorcycle cop. And the guy's standing there giving thumbs up to everybody. Obviously, he's Catholic. And the guy goes, "Officer, how long is this procession going to take?" "Hey, buddy, it's Jesus. We'll wait all day if we have to." Now, cops get a rap around the country, but the New York Police Department, they're like the 4th largest military in the world. They have that many people that work for the police department, and many of them are Italians and Irish that have been handed down from their grandfathers, and they're Catholic. Whether they practice or not, I don't know, but they know what the Eucharist is. So I hope that you realize what the bishops have done here and what NAP Institute is committed to do. It was amazing. We were just talking with Father John Anthony, is that we can work together to keep this going. And it has to be from the bottom up. It can't be the bishops ordering us to do this. It has to be people from the street saying, we're going to do a Eucharistic procession in our schools, in our parishes, in our dioceses, in our universities, in our colleges. And it doesn't matter whether it's 100 people or 10,000 people. It really doesn't matter. Just start a tradition and offer your needs during that procession, and they will be granted. Trust me. So.